Welcome to the Blueprints Podcast. I'm Isabelle Brodigan with Custom Built, and I'm really excited to be here today with Heather Rivera from Wallflower Designs. So she's the owner, founder. She's also the lead designer over at Carpet Studio Flooring America right in Okemos. So I'm super excited to be here with you today, Heather, and I really want to dive into design. You are incredible at it, and so I want to pick your brain on it. So could you tell me a little bit about your start with design? How did you get into this industry and where you're at today?
So design came late in life. I've always done it for friends, family, whether they wanted me to or not.
I have a few suggestions.
I got better, more subtle, I guess.
Yeah.
Less harsh over time. But that just is how it started. And then I received a great opportunity when I moved into a loft space in Old Town Lansing. And the builder owner of the space, he saw how I had decorated it after I lived there. Come meet with my customers.
That's amazing. Okay, so to give a little background, what were you doing before you got into design?
I owned an auditing firm.
So different.
So opposite.
So have you always had a natural knack for design and natural eye? How did you fuel that?
Color has always been easy for me. And I think that's the biggest challenge for most people.
Yes.
And so I see color coordination pretty well. That's how it started for me. Then I love beautiful things. And I love sourcing beautiful things.
So over the years, tell me one of your favorite projects, or maybe, one of your favorite projects that you've worked on and what you did in the space.
So Old Town Lansing, we took an old loft building and made it into an office space, a residential space. And that was one of my favorites just because the building was so old and raw. You had to do so much to it to make it awesome. And I worked with a crew that were just open to doing things that I wanted to do. And when you find people that say yes to you, it's always much more fun, enjoyable to do. So we did exposed brick, which seems really normal now, but it wasn't heard of as much then.
What else did you do?
We actually cut out plaster and left some of the plaster on in the shape of a daisy, which that's how Wallflower Designs was born. And we did we pulled up old boards, old flooring, and just exposed the subfloor, which was beautiful, huge, wide boards. And I painted diamonds on the kitchen floor, on the hardwood, on the old subfloor. So lots of things that I just experimented with that I had seen someplace. It's always stolen information.
Is this still there today?
It is, yeah.
It is?
And I lived there for a while. So I had a studio in front with the auditing firm. And then I had the back loft area that went out to the river.
What are, fast forward to today, what are some of the design trends that you're seeing and you're bringing into spaces? And maybe you don't like the word trends too. You might have something else.
However you want to. So I'm feng shui-ish, biophilic. So it's bringing nature in. We're at ease in nature.
Yeah.
It's kind of a human thing that nature makes us feel calmer. So that is my favorite way to decorate if I'm permitted to do what I would do in a space. I do work with many customers and clients, of course. So I want to make sure the space looks like them and not me. That's what I pride myself on, is making sure to ask the right questions, not rushing the project, building the trust it takes to make the space look like them, but maybe something they didn't know they even like.
Yeah, and time is a really big thing in design. Touch on that a little bit because you've worked with a lot of different people. I think people come in thinking, oh, I want to design my kitchen, so it'll be kind of quick or we can pick things out. And it never really is.
No, and nor should it be.
Yeah.
People need to give themselves grace when it comes to, even though we have all these design shows out now, unless you do it for a living, you don't even know what you like, what makes you feel comfortable in a space. It's a process. And I try to share that with people, that it's okay to not know. There are people that are on busy schedules and their regular work is so regimented and very strict. And when they do a project, they just think they should know, and all these decisions should be quick and easy. And that's not how it works, unless you want something that looks like somebody else or comes out of a magazine or a
Yeah.
where you buy the whole showroom and you just put it in the house.
Right.
But that's not really design as far as I'm
Right.
concerned. It's not about what you buy, it's what you create and
It's
what
so
you're open
true.
to.
And I think that time is so important. I mean, even, I do this for a living, you do this for a living. I have found with my house, you and I have talked about my house a lot, but like I have a harder time making decisions for myself.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I need to give myself the time. You talk about giving yourself the grace too, to just, take the time to be in the space and feel what it feels like. Because I mean, I know too many options, right? And so I can't choose one, but I even have a hard time with my own space.
And that's really normal.
Mm-hmm.
I tell a lot of clients, live in the space. I have a lot of people that call me right when they buy the house and they're like, it's not ours. We just want to change everything. And I encourage, and this is my living. This is all I do now.
Yeah.
And even though I would be making money from them hiring me to do the project, I really do encourage them to live in the space for a while, to know how they really want the space to feel and how they use the space. Because if we're going to knock down walls, and I've had people just, knock down walls and then regret them.
Yeah. And I know you've really encouraged me to do that in my own home, really to live in the space. And it's been interesting because when we first moved in, I did want to tear down a big wall in our kitchen. And I've actually really enjoyed having the wall up and having some divided spaces. And I think, there is something to that, to taking that time to living in the space, seeing what your lifestyle is like. So what would you say, Heather, like you've worked with so many different people, what would you say are some of your tips when somebody does move into a home at first, outside of just living in the space? Like, what do you really encourage people to do?
If it's within their means, I would create a white box. I would paint out walls and things back to white.
Okay.
To be able to help them see the space for what it is architecturally. I would refrain, like I mentioned, from buying things or making huge changes. I would try to go as neutral as possible to be able to feel the space and the surrounding area.
So then talk to me about Carpet Studio and what you do there, what your day-to-day looks like.
Wallflower Designs was hired by Carpet Studio to assist with their customers and helping make decisions. So it started out like I didn't know what I could do in a carpet in a flooring store. Yes, rugs are cool and wood floors and things, but I want to be able to change houses. I just wasn't quite sure what I could give them. But over time, the help I give is they provide me as a service. So a courtesy service of an hour in-home design. And I can help with any type of design.
The fact that you have the well-rounded knowledge and experience that you do and get to come in and partner with customers at Carpet Studio, I mean, that is a huge selling point for Carpet Studio right there. That is awesome.
It's really developed into something that I feel is a huge asset for our customers. And it is really nice to be able to go in and say, let's not just look at the flooring, let's look at everything at once. And that can be overwhelming for a person.
Yeah.
So I'm here to try to help.
It's amazing. So, I mean, just to wrap up today, I mean, if somebody wants to work with you or find you, where can they go to get in touch with you?
So Carpet Studio has a website. I don't do social media, but Carpet Studio through social media is available.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Heather.